So I was digging through some old scripts of mine, and I stumbled upon this script from the 7th of April 2022 that never saw the light of day. So without further ado, is Among Us. Released on the 15th of June all the way back in 2018 on iOS and Android, a little game called Among Us first engulfed our screens. And later that year in November the game would get a version released for the PC, and then later in December of 2020 the game would launch on the Switch. And a year after that, Xbox and PlayStation got their versions, but we'll get into that in a bit. Now upon release, the game did alright, but during the lockdown of 2020, as Fall Guys was beginning to decline in popularity, Among Us rose from the ashes of Fall Guys, and several well-known YouTubers and streamers played the game. But the first to catch on to this trend was a Twitch streamer called Soda Poppin in, I believe, July of that year. But other popular influencers had their go. For example, Pokimane, PewDiePie, Ninja, TommyInnit, Laserbeam, and the Sidemen. There were others, but the Sidemen made several in-game videos of Among Us, but they also produced 2 Among Us IRL videos and a further 2 Among Us IRL Unseen videos. And the game was even featured in MrBeast's YouTube Rewind of 2020. I was actually surprised MrBeast didn't make an Among Us $100,000 video at the time of writing the script. Since writing the script, MrBeast has gone on to do a fair amount of Among Us videos. Now what is Among Us? Well, basically you and up to 14 others are either in a facility of some kind or a ship. And there has been a new map since writing the script, but I digress. And you're doing tasks while 1 or 2 of you are imposters, with the goal of the imposters is to stop you, the crewmates, from doing tasks by killing or sabotaging you. And then there's also a vote. Now the vote can be called from a button set to the map, or when a body is found. Now when you go into the voting stage, everyone basically argues with each other and they try to kick out the one who they think is the imposter. Kind of like Big Brother. But you've got to pray you can fool everyone else and they don't kick you out because they think you're sus. But if they think you're sus, you can take a giant leap for mankind. Now, obviously over time the game has come to have gotten better. There's now achievements on Android and more customizable options than ever, and it's no longer just hats and your character's colour. Originally there were 3 maps to choose from: Skeld, Mirror HQ and Polis. But now we have map number 4, Airship, and we are supposedly getting a 5th map sometime in 2023. Upon the game's success, there was a Fortnite mode created, and it's basically a carbon copy of modern day Among Us called Imposter. Who would have guessed? But the real thing that kept fueling the game, I believe, was all the memes that people made about sus and the imposter. Now, not to self-plug or anything, but I did spend a couple of hours during the height of the game creating an Attack on Titan edit about Among Us. I'll link it in the description, but I'm going to remaster it at some point anyway, and the remastered one will end up in the description as well. But Among Us got merchandise, like every game does. Now I will rattle a load of Among Us merchandise at you. And just know, if you buy any of these in the shop, the cashier will probably judge you. Anyway, we've got Among Us pyjamas, plushies, pin badges, mugs, shirts, jumpers, socks, bags, figurines, lime boxes, Among Us bed sheets. Now, does anything say the most popular kid in school like Among Us bed sheets? Oh yes, you definitely would be drawing in popularity. Oh, and keychains. Now I bought 4 of these for about £3 in the works, so I did go into a shop for 4 consecutive days and buy a keychain at the time, and I have since come to acquire a 5th. Now, buyer's regret is a thing, I would know. I currently have it sitting on top of my cabinet, but they're okay. I mean, I guess they're keychains. Does that mean I'll wear one on my bag to college? Oh, no, I don't need my entire college to know that I spent £12 on Among Us keychains. Funny story, actually. One of my friends from college said wouldn't it be funny to have an Among Us plush for this video? And I said, yeah, it would, but then I realised they were 13 quid. And I said, I don't want to spend that much on a dumb skit, and almost did anyway, but oh well. Did I spend that much on a skit? I don't know. You tell me. Now, Among Us did get a physical release for Xbox, PlayStation, and the Switch. I'll put the content images on the screen, but they range from about 15 to 25 to 80 quid, going off the top of my head. But I think somewhere in like Christmas sales for 40, so who knows? But why is the last one so expensive? Well, it comes with an exclusive plush. Wow. Yeah, definitely not one sitting in my Amazon basket. Just bear in mind on mobile that the games are free, but everywhere else the games are fiver for the digital. So it's kind of dumb in my opinion, like Fortnite putting their bundle codes in physical game cases. Just put it on a card, like game console online subscriptions. And I definitely didn't order a deluxe edition. But yeah, the game's alright, and this has been my review of Among Us. So until next time, don't have a good day, have a great day. I will see you in the next video. No, I did not spend £45 on Among Us. At least that's what I say if anyone asks.